Welcome to Python programming. Before we dive into Python specifically, let's first understand what a programming language actually is. Now, why is Python such a great choice for beginners? Python was designed with simplicity and readability in mind, making it one of the most beginner-friendly programming languages available. Python is what we call a high-level programming language. This means it's designed to be easy for humans to read and understand, using words and syntax that are closer to natural language. However, computers don't naturally understand human-readable code. Computers only understand machine language, which consists of binary code, sequences of ones and zeros that represent basic instructions. This is where the Python interpreter comes in. The interpreter acts as a translator, taking your human-readable Python code and converting it into machine language instructions that the computer can execute. To get started with Python programming, we'll be using JES, the Jython environment for students. JES is a simplified programming environment specifically designed for learning Python, making it perfect for beginners. Python has several basic data types that store different kinds of information. Let's start with integers, which are whole numbers without decimal points. Floats are numbers that contain decimal points. They allow us to represent fractional values and more precise measurements. Strings represent text data in Python. They are enclosed in quotes and can contain letters, numbers, spaces, and special characters. Variables are like containers that store data values. Think of them as labeled boxes where you can put different types of information and retrieve them later. To assign a value to a variable, we use the equals sign. The variable name goes on the left and the value goes on the right. Python automatically determines the data type. Python supports basic arithmetic operations. Addition uses plus, subtraction uses minus, multiplication uses asterisk, and division uses forward slash. Python can get input from users using the input function. This function always returns a string, so you may need to convert it to other data types for calculations. Control flow determines the order in which your code executes. We start with conditional statements, which allow your program to make decisions based on different conditions. The simplest conditional statement is the if statement. It executes a block of code only when a condition is true. Here's a basic example, checking if a number is positive. For more complex decisions, we use if, elif, and else statements together. This allows us to handle multiple conditions and provide a default action when none of the conditions are met. Loops allow us to repeat code multiple times. The for loop is perfect when you know how many times you want to repeat something or when you want to process each item in a collection. Here's a practical for loop example. We iterate through a list of fruits and print each one. The loop automatically goes through each item in the list, executing the print statement for each fruit. Control flow statements are essential building blocks in programming. They allow your programs to make intelligent decisions and efficiently process data. You'll use these concepts in almost every program you write. GS, or Jython Environment for Students, is a powerful tool that makes image manipulation accessible and fun. With JES, we can load images, access individual pixels, and transform them using Python code. Every digital image is made up of tiny squares called pixels. Each pixel contains three color values, red, green, and blue, known as RGB. These values range from 0 to 255, where 0 means no color and 255 means maximum intensity. In JES, we start by loading an image using the makePicture function. This creates a picture object that we can manipulate. We can then get the width and height of the image to understand its dimensions. To access individual pixels, we use the getPixel function with x and y coordinates. Once we have a pixel, we can get its RGB values using getRed, getGreen, and getBlue functions. We can also modify these values using setRed, setGreen, and setBlue. The real power comes from using loops to process every pixel in an image. We use nested for loops to iterate through all x and y coordinates. This allows us to apply transformations to the entire image systematically. One common image manipulation is adjusting brightness. We can make an image brighter by adding a value to each RGB component, or darker by subtracting a value. We must ensure the values stay within the 0 to 255 range. We can create interesting effects by using pixel coordinates in our calculations. For example, we can create gradients, patterns, or apply different transformations to different regions of the image based on their x and y positions. Image manipulation with JES opens up endless creative possibilities. You can create filters, adjust colors, add effects, or even build simple image editing tools. The combination of loops, variables, and pixel manipulation gives you complete control over every aspect of your images.